Anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Week 8 of the high school football campaign is upon us, no matter what Scott Tyson thinks. Chad Guathny is back at the ranch today because, after all, Jackson Love needs more days off. Don't we all? Anyway, it is a Pick 2 Friday. Appreciate Chad coming in and pulling double duty after working the Tom Abraham show from noon to 2. And speaking of the Abraham, well, I guess we have more than one, so I need to be more specific. Tom is heading to Fort Payne, Alabama right now. I wonder how many Alabama song references he could squeeze into that broadcast tonight, given the fact of where he's doing the football game from tonight. Anyway, it'll be Buckhorn taking on Fort Payne, and that's a big game. It's the last region week in that particular region, and we have another game over at Joe Davis Stadium that will have playoff implications. That'll be on Zone 5 as Gadsden City takes on the Lee Generals. So we also have that for you over on Zone 5, and we have 5 different games going on tonight. Mentioned Buckhorn at Fort Payne. I am here at Bill Washington Stadium getting ready for Brindley Mountain. The Lions coming into town here for what is senior night for Madison Academy, as they'll be honoring 17 seniors tonight here at Bill Washington. And over on Zone 3, Randolph, they are at home as well, taking on New Hope. And Sparkman, I believe the Senators are at home as well. But I say all that to say to welcome in Wes Neighbors on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. He is not there yet. So we'll talk to Wes here momentarily. Sparkman is at Florence tonight, and what is a big, big game for the Senators and the Falcons. So that is setting the table there. Coming up in hour number 2, conversation that I had with Brad Nessler will be featured, and he'll be, of course, on the play-by-play call for at least the second year in a row, as he was up on Rocky Top last year and had a conversation with him earlier in the week about this 2023 edition of the third Saturday in October. So, with all that being said, there is a lot to get to, including Ole Miss at Auburn, as Ole Miss tries to win in back-to-back years over the Auburn Tigers for the first time since 1952. So, been a couple of decades since that has happened. In fact, in 52, that would have been in Memphis for Ole Miss, winning it 20-7, as they have played a total of 20 times down on the Plains, and Auburn has won 17 of the 20 meetings down on the Plains. But a few other intriguing games on the schedule include Mississippi State at Arkansas. We'll see whether or not the Hogs can get back on the winning track, especially after what Coach Pittman had to say earlier in the week of having to win. We'll hear from the head Hog himself later on in the broadcast, as I had an opportunity to talk to Sam Pittman in the SEC teleconference. Also spoke with Zach Arnett, the Mississippi State Bulldog head coach as well. South Carolina's at Missouri, Ole Miss at Auburn, Army at LSU. You'll be able to hear that game right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone after we are done with the third Saturday in October. Let's talk to Wes Neighbors now, shall we? How are you, Wes?
Doing good, Steve. How's everything going?
It's just another crazy Friday here in high school football land. Setting up 5 different games is not as easy as you think it is.
Yeah. Yeah. when you're producing that many, there's no question.
Well, so how do you feel about the third Saturday in October tomorrow?
Well, it's going to be a great day. It's always exciting. It's it's the game that people remember what you did and how you played, and they look back on it 50 years from now, and we'll be talking about it. So, it's a big game. It's a big game for both these teams. The team that wins is still in the hunt. The team that loses is, Alabama would still have a chance to maybe make the SEC championship game, but the national championship would have to happen for them to get back in that picture this year. So, really, the winner's still in it. The loser, more than likely, is done.
So I looked this up statistically, and both teams have committed the same number of penalties, Wes. 48
That's
penalties apiece.
Yeah, that's amazing to me. So you look at this game, and it has been a game of streaks. If not for that, you would think Alabama playing at home. I think Alabama has the best quarterback. I think Alabama has the best defense, although Tennessee's defense is good. The only way you can defeat that is control the line of scrimmage and be able to run the ball. Now, Tennessee's been able to do that against almost everybody.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see if they can do that Saturday, because that's the way Tennessee can win, is control the line of scrimmage. That and turnovers. It's a big game, but if Alabama, there's a reason they're not, 8.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
And I think because they have the best defense and the best quarterback.
Well, this Tennessee team is doing it a different way, and boy, it's hard not to be impressed with Josh Heupel even more year after year.
Oh, there's no question about that. I've been a fan of his since he got there, and all the things he did the first year, to be able to go 6-6, and really was a couple plays from being 8-4 that year.
Yeah.
And his first year, lost 30 or 40 players, and it takes a lot. Not only, Steve, did they bring some guys in to have the eye to bring the right guys in, and to have the eye for talent to put a team together. That's no small feat in and of itself. And I think Tennessee has got their guy. There's no question to me about that.
Yeah. The only thing I don't know, truthfully, like in his bones, is if Oklahoma were to call him, whether or not he would bolt back to mama, if you know what I mean.
Well, you can't worry about stuff like that. Oklahoma's undefeated right now. They're not going to be calling him anytime soon.
No.
So, you can't. All that's hyperbole. What you do is you have to live in the now, and you got to give him everything he can, because this guy has the ability, in my mind, the coaching ability, to build a championship team. And I think he'll get there before it's over with. I think Tennessee is going to be a tough out as long as he's there.
The history says Auburn's winning tomorrow, but my eyeballs are telling me another thing. What do you see?
Well, I think obviously Auburn's been going the wrong way. They played a good game against Georgia, no doubt. Georgia won in the fourth quarter. But they've lost 3 in a row. And you start looking at that, and it looks like the last game they just looked lost. So I think Ole Miss would have to come. Lane would have to put on one of his shows where he goes for a line and doesn't get it in his own side of the field, and Auburn gets some momentum and starts making plays, and then maybe a turnover for a touchdown. To me, that's the only way Auburn can win, is if Ole Miss just kind of poops the bed. The Ole Miss has better players. They got a better quarterback. I'm not sure Auburn has a quarterback. If they're going to play those to continue to do what they're doing, Ole Miss has a better offensive line. I mean, you just go down the list. And I think the secondary at Auburn, I think they have 2 or 3 players that are really good. Now, Auburn plays hard. They do play hard, especially on defense.
Yeah.
So if they can, I'm not saying they can't win the game. They're just going to have to play better than they played last week. Because, I thought Alabama took a step backwards the second half, 2 steps back. And I think Auburn did too in their last game. So it's hard to build off that game. Again, it's another week. Girlfriends have broken up with some of them, and you just never know what you're going to get a lot of times. And then you go into Auburn's a tough place to play, but I just think Ole Miss is favored this game for a reason.
Yeah, they seem like it's the more established roster, and they just have more chess pieces. Honestly, it feels like.
Roster.
Yeah.
It's not more established, it's better.
Yeah.
And I think if Hugh Freeze, and he'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
This roster at Auburn, they'll be very good. It's just going to take some time.
Do you have it? The big national game is Penn State at Ohio State. I know we've talked briefly about it. It's hard for me to think that Ohio State's losing at home again to Penn State.
I'm a show me guy. I guess that is Penn State, but I think Penn State's a 4-point dog, right?
I believe that's right.
So to me, it's I don't see how. Penn State just has not won these big games. I think they won one against Ohio State and lost the next week to somebody else. So this is he's been there 10 years. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. This is year 10.
So we'll see. I mean, I think he's done a good job of getting them back on the map. Nobody talks about all the things they went through how many years ago at the end of Joe Paterno's. So he's done a good job of getting that off the table. But getting him back in the national championship picture, he's been, I think he's been 2 or 3 players away every year. And, we'll see. I think he's 2 or 3 players away from this year, too.
Are you heading down to the Plains this weekend? Where are you heading to?
No. I am on my way to see Connor and the Cajuns play Georgia State. And so I-12 was closed, apparently, for whatever reason. And so we are on 67th South and just went through Liberty, Mississippi. So it's been an interesting ride, and it's a very interesting ride, to say the least.
I was trying to look up that line, and I don't see it handy, at least in front of me. But what do you expect in that game? What?
Well, it's the 125th homecoming.
Okay.
For Louisiana Lafayette, so we're not sure what we're going to expect. All I know is I called Monday, and we're staying at the same hotel as the team. And it was easy to get a room, so I don't think it's going to be. Yeah. So it's.
You bunking with Terry Bowden? Is that what you're telling me?
No, Terry Bowden's not there. He's a street.
Oh, La Monroe. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, my fault. I went a little further up the state for that one. Anyway, don't go to Monroe. Go to Lafayette.
No, yeah, we're about an hour away.
Well, safe travels, and we will reconvene on Monday.
Sounds good, Steve.
So there you go. That is Wes Neighbors. Now, rather than make you do this Chad, I'm just going to go ahead and call our intrepid guy who's here every once in a while, Jackson Love. Jackson, are you there, sir?
Are you calling Jackson? Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, Jackson.
Here, Steve.
So it is time for
Does he have a
the
sound?
segment. I do have the sound as well.
Your money or your life.
I can take money and I can make it into more money.
The floor is yours.
Yeah.
Mr.
Well, first I
Vacation.
want to say that I don't think you're getting enough credit for the song that you used for this segment, Steve. Money Talks, AC/DC. That's a good one. That's a good one. Of course, though, it doesn't talk and shout. And my money has been shouting at me all season long. Losing a lot here.
You love to lose money.
I do love it. Yeah, it's I can't keep myself from doing it. I love making bad bets, and I got 3 more for you this week that I'm 100% confident in, and I'll probably get all of them wrong. So I'll start off. I got my eyes on the Big Ten this weekend, Steve. First, I'm looking at Penn State and Ohio State. Can you remind me of that stat that you used last night, Steve, about teams reaching the national championship game when they do this?
That would be defensive efficiency rankings. That Penn State has the highest defensive efficiency ranking at the moment in this year's college football season, and that usually equates to teams making the college football national championship game.
Right, and that was Clemson the 2 times they won, correct? I think Alabama, Moulton, and Georgia. So, that's pretty telling. I did not know that. That was eye-opening last night. So, thank you for influencing this one, Steve. So, yeah, I think the deep defense is the name of the game. Penn State's 4.5-point dog in Columbus right now. I like them a lot, and I don't think enough credit somehow is being given to their defense. I was looking at it. So they are number 1 in yards allowed per game, with top 3 allowed in pass yards and top 5 rushing defense overall, allowing less yards than anybody else in the country. And as much love as Ohio State gets on offense, I don't think McCord is very good. I mean, he's not bad, but he's no C.J. Stroud, he's no Justin Fields, not even close. And I think Penn State, frankly, isn't getting a lot of credit either for their offense. You know that Drew Aller hasn't turned the ball over once this year?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he has 0 interceptions, and he did kind of fumble the ball, but he got it back. Didn't lose it. So no turnovers there. So I think Penn State's not getting a lot of credit for their offense. So I'm thinking 4.5 points. I think that's enough. I think it's just a really good Penn State team. Like James Franklin, year 10. I think they cover that. I think they went outright, frankly.
That'd be a big win. Be a big win.
Yeah, it would be the first one since, 2016 when Penn State blocked the field goal?
That's right.
And returned it for a touchdown. Yeah, I remember watching that game live. Wow, that does not feel that long ago. Second one, staying in the Big Ten. Going to go look at that team up north, as the Buckeyes would call it. They're a 24-point favorite against Michigan State. I think Michigan's really good. I think they're a very, very good football team. I think Michigan State is not, for a lot of reasons. They're kind of having a nightmare season. I think last week they were beating Rutgers by, I want to say, 18 points in the fourth quarter, and they blew that lead and lost 27-24. They let Iowa score some actual points on them. So not really seeing anything at all that I like out of Sparty this year. And Michigan has been on a tear lately. Now, they're in a little bit of hot water this week, Steve. You know, being an Astros fan, I would know a thing or two about stealing signals.
Zero about that.
No. But you know what I do know, too, is the teams that still sign tend to win, Steve. They're pretty good at winning, usually. I think the Wolverines, shout out Wolverine Dan, I think Wolverines cover 24 tomorrow.
I believe he is encouraging everyone to cheat right now.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right, Steve? Yeah, no comment.
Wow. Okay. All right.
It's controversial take, but I stand by it. Anyway, last one, I'm going to move away from the Rust Belt. Looking at Oklahoma, I think, Wes mentioned them there a little bit. A lot like Michigan, I think Oklahoma's a really good team. They're 6-0. They're also 6-0 against the spread. Covered every game this year. They're playing UCF. UCF's heading up there to Norman. And they're kind of having a rough year. They're 3-3, having trouble adjusting to the Big 12. So,
well, Gus usually has like one big marquee win a year. I mean, isn't this set up perfectly for your Gus bus?
It definitely is, and no disrespect to Gus Malzahn. I am not dogging this year.
No, of course, that's the last thing you'd want to do.
Yeah, no, just saying. A lot of Auburn fans are pretty sour about him. I'm not. He did a lot for us. I always support him, but I can't. I don't know. I just don't see this being something that he's able to pull off. I think Dylan Gabriel has really settled in. He's a pretty good quarterback. Not a lot of people are talking about him. Oklahoma's got a really good defense, too, in Venable's second year. He's really trained them up. It's pretty interesting to watch after so many years of basically not even being able to stop a cold over there in Oklahoma. Yeah, I'm going to go. They're a 17.5-point favorite tomorrow in Norman. I think they take care of business there and drop the Knights below 500.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Now that you went there, it really, and I have not studied up UCF one bit, but this feels like a Gus Malzahn special to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
does. You're right. But hey, the object here is to be wrong. That's what I say.
Love to lose money. Yeah.
I'm trying to be right, but I'm usually wrong for whatever reason. Just keep shaking.
For whatever reason. For whatever.
If you're listening to this, you might want to hammer the Knights there. We'll see. Maybe you'll luck out because I'm definitely hitting an under 50% clip this year.
Well, it is love to lose money. Enjoy your time down on the plains, sir.
Well, I'm actually not down on the plains, Steve. I'm coming at you from Texas Hill Country right now.
Oh, this is the wedding weekend. This is the wedding. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, old buddy from high school getting hitched tomorrow. So
fall weddings. And
I come in and look at this schedule too. I gave him just a little bit of grief, not too much to get myself disinvited or anything, but I mean this schedule tomorrow is rough. I mean, we got Penn State, Ohio State. I think I'll be able to catch that one since that's in the morning, but I'm going to miss Tennessee, Alabama. I'm going to miss Auburn, Ole Miss. I'm going to miss Texas at Houston. I'm going to miss Utah at USC. A lot of good ones here.
And of course, the capper of all of them, Duke and Florida State. I mean, I can't. I mean, that's probably going to win the weekend ratings-wise, don't you think?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how many Duke football fans there are. But, yeah, no, that's another one that nobody was talking about before the season. That's a big game. So, yeah, missing out on a lot. But you know what? You only get to see your buddy get married once, ideally anyway.
In theory, yes.
Yeah, that's what everybody hopes. So I'm happy to be here. I'll catch up on the scores periodically, but I'm focused on celebrating him.
All right.
And, I'll see you guys Monday.
Enjoy your time in Texas, and we'll reconvene on Monday.
Yeah, sounds good. See you, Steve.
Thank you,
and War Eagle for everybody out there.
Okay.
Yeah,
there he goes. Yeah, War Eagle.
Roll Tide.
So there you go.
Nick freaking Saban.
Yeah, he most certainly is.
Alabama.
So, with that being said, and all the minutia, to use the Tom Abraham word for you, done and in the rearview mirror, you are now the feature at 256-576-4977. I'll tell you what, let's squeeze in a call or two, shall we, Chad? Mark is first up on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline on a Pick 2 Friday. How are you, Mark?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm now and want to smoke tomorrow about 6:52 p.m.
So I will tell you that there was one time it was 97 in Jacksonville, and Georgia had not beaten Florida and felt like, I don't know, close to a decade. And Georgia won that game, and Larry Munson lit up a cigar with about 4 minutes left to go in the game because I think Georgia was up by 20 at that point. So I say that to say I feel like reaching out to Eli Gold and saying, if Bama wins, I need to hear you call a game with a cigar in your mouth like Larry Munson in 97.
That would be a great moment. It's but anyway, I was mainly just calling to do the pick two. See what that is.
All right, pick 2. We want straight-up winners. Vols at Bama.
Bama. Big.
Ole Miss at Auburn.
Oh, gosh. It'll be Ole Miss.
Total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide is your tiebreaker.
40.
Roll Tide.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Cliff, you are next.
Hey, what's going on, bud?
Just getting ready for some high school football. How about you?
Man, I'm doing all right. Did a little grocery shopping and get settled in for the football weekend. I got college on Saturday and fantasy all day on Sunday. So just
there you go.
Take it easy, man.
Yeah.
But,
be sure and take out that second mortgage before you go to the grocery store.
Man, dude, man, it's unreal the prices of groceries now. Like it just astonishes me, man. But yeah,
I'm with you.
I was wanting to hit the pick 2 myself, man. I ain't even played one all year.
Come on now, you got to be in it to win it.
I know I hit 2 last year, I think, and I know I hit 1, but I ain't even.
Yeah, I remember
year, so.
1. Let's see if you can hit another one. Tennessee at Alabama. Who you got?
Yeah, Tide. Roll Tide.
Ole Miss at Auburn.
I'm going to take Ole Miss.
Total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide is your tiebreaker.
I'm going to go with 55.
It is yours, Cliff.
All right, man. Well, you guys have a good weekend. Have a good night tonight of football.
Appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend of football. There, Cliff.
Roll Tide.
Let's go ahead and take our first time out. Jeff, Badger Larry, Smoky Mike, Pizza Larry, you will be the feature right after our first time out. Got the A-team with you today.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
This is Wes Neighbors sitting here with Stan McDonald. Stan, tell everybody why you're the best damn dirt lawyer in North Alabama.
Yes, Wes, at Jacob Title and the Stanton Law Firm. You know I'm a dirt lawyer, and a lot of our friends know that, which means we specialize in real estate. Now, if you own real estate or you're buying it or you're selling it, you need to do a closing, but a lot of times there's legal issues associated with that. We're a great group to talk to. My son, Lewis McDonald, heads our commercial closing division, and we approach your real estate needs very seriously. We seek to be the premier real estate closing company in North Alabama, and we do it in such a way it shows that we're experienced, we're for your success. We like to handle your real estate needs the same way Coach Dan Reeves used to say, never let them see you sweat, and that's going to be to your benefit, too, when you visit us at Jacob Title and the Stanton Law Firm. Our website online is jacobtitle.com.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer here. Score big deals at Baumhauer's this football season and order from our Inflation Bites menu. Try our Buffalo Wing Special with fries and a complimentary beverage for only $9.99. And what's football without a cold beer? Our pitchers of Yingling and Yingling Flight are only $7.99, served all day, 7 days a week. And huddle up, football fans. Sign up today for our free NFL Pick'em contest at Baumhauers.com for weekly prizes. Baumhauers, legendary fun and legendary food.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners of the Huntsville area, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Danny, pass the potatoes, please.
Sure, Dad.
And the salt.
Here you go.
And the bucket.
I need the bucket.
The water is dripping in my food.
Honey, can we get the roof fixed now?
Don't wait until the damage is done to call a roofer. Call the experts at Yellowhammer Roofing and let them inspect your roof. Locally owned and operated, licensed and insured. Call 256-232-1933. That's 256-232-1933. YellowhammerRoofing.com.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at North Alabama Mortgage. Did you know that average home equity is at an all-time high? But so is average consumer debt. Even though rates are higher now, you can use your equity to pay off your high consumer debt, student loans, etc., then refi when the rates drop. Don't put off that new home purchase. When rates drop, prices will go up. Buy now and get the best price and then refi when the rates drop. This is the time to talk to the experts at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com for more information.
Our Falcons play here.
If you want to be really blunt going into year 3, it feels like a real team around here in Flower Bridge.
Our Falcons are ready to battle all season long. Catch our next game Sunday as our Falcons are on the road and headed to the Sunshine State for a battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And catch each and every Falcons game here.
The Falcons travel to take on the Buccaneers. Divisional matchup, Week 7 action, right after the Bama Recap Show, brought to you by Freedom Marine Center on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at WoodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
It's a Pick 2 Friday. If you heard the first segment, you know Wes is out and about. You know Jackson is out and about. Hence, that's why I tell you that you've got the A-team here with you tonight. Chad Guatney back at the ranch. Steve Moulton here with you on a Pick 2 Friday. Jeff, you are up next. How are you, Jeff?
I'm good, Steve. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you for asking.
Let me jump on Pick 2.
Vols or Bama?
Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Ole Miss or Auburn?
Give me the Fighting Lane Kiffin.
No audio for Ole Miss?
Set up for that.
Okay. Total penalty yards. Total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide.
45.
It is yours, Jeff.
Thanks, Steve. Have a good one.
Thank you. Likewise. Let's see if I can't manufacture something here. Lane Kiffin. Do I have any Lane Kiffin handy? You can go a lot of directions with that sentence right there. Let's see what Lane had to say on this comment.
Well, I think, talking about, everything happens for a reason.
There you go. How about that?
Everything happens for a reason.
I'm good with that. How about you? Next, don't you just love producing on the fly? Larry is up next. How are you, Larry? Are you there, Larry?
I'm here if you can hear me.
Loud and clear, sir.
Good. These people are crazy thinking that Alabama's only going to get 40 yards in penalties. That hadn't been close this year yet, have
they? They have committed this. So Tennessee and Alabama have committed the same number of penalties. What I did not tell Wes in that sentence is one team has had a bye week. Another team has not had a bye week. So
yeah.
There's that.
They haven't committed less than. I don't think they've committed less than 10 penalties yet. So.
Although the most penalized team in college football is, do you know the answer?
I do not.
Well, we've been talking a lot about them, especially in the first semester. The Colorado Buffaloes have committed the most penalties this season, 68 penalties for the fighting prime timers.
None of them have ever played together before, so that kind of
yeah.
back a full team.
It's a very valid point.
So, all right, well, let me get in on this thing. I'm going a different direction than most.
Vols or Bama?
I'm going to take Bama.
Ole Miss or Auburn?
I think I don't think our boy has got much this year, so I'm gonna think Auburn's gonna make a surprise and bow up at home.
War Eagle.
That would be a huge. Could
Eagle.
You argue this would be a statement win for Hugh Freeze over Ole Miss?
Yes, sir.
Total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide is your tiebreaker.
Yeah, well, I'm going to double up on it, Beth. I'm going to go 95.
This is out.
Woo.
Bama.
Woo! It is yours, Larry.
Have a good weekend, my friend.
You too. 256-576-4977. Smoky Mike, you're next. Smokey.
Smokey! Smokey!
Everything happens for a reason.
Smokey. Smoky Mike, come on. All right. I guess it's time to punt over to Bama Dog. Nothing personal, Bama Dog, but I'm not a fan of hanging up on folks. How are you, Bama Dog?
I'm great. How you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for asking.
You think those Dogs are going to get Brock Bowers back for the SEC championship game?
Before the SEC championship game, I'll say yes to that. Because surgery was Monday. That's the 16th. I could see him coming back right before Georgia Tech. So maybe the week before Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech definitely.
Be nice to have him back for the Tennessee deal.
Oh, no. I have no idea. Do you remember when this happened to Tua? And everybody thought he was coming back in 2 weeks for LSU?
Well, that's pretty ambitious. But I think he came back in 27 days.
So that's...
I don't know. I think he could.
But keep in mind, at a quarterback, you can hide a little bit of that twitch that you need. A tight end, there's no hiding that.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably a little bit different recovery for a tight end.
Yeah, you're going to have to there is no hiding, even someone with his ability. If you're not a full go, well, if he is 75%, then that's still playable. That's still doable. But I'm not sure he'd even be 75% by the time we get to Georgia Tech.
Well, I'm mighty glad Kirby got some help out of the transfer portal with Ra and
yeah. Oscar Delp, I thought, looked decent as well.
Well, yeah, I mean they got guys that can step, but they don't have a Brock Bowers. But they got guys
yeah.
players,
Yeah.
But they'll be fine. He's spreading it around. I think it's going to be interesting to see what he does. When he get back next week, but. Hey, on pick 2.
Yes, sir. Tennessee or Alabama?
I don't have a lot of confidence in Alabama's line, offensive line. So Tennessee's defensive line, the front seven's looking pretty strong. I think Milroe's going to have a tough time. I would have to go Tennessee.
Can we find something else? Can we please find anything else other than that?
That's like the most obnoxious thing I can play.
First down.
Can
we please find something,
2-yard gain.
anything else? I bet I've got Josh Heupel saying something. Here you go. They need more.
We've had guys open, we haven't hit them. We've had guys open, we haven't hit them.
There you go. I'd much prefer to hear that than anyway. Ole Miss at Auburn.
Hotty toddy.
Everything happens for a reason.
Oh, you got it.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, because I'm here. Everything happens for a reason, right?
Clearly. And then total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide.
75 yards.
It is yours, Bama Dog. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Good weekend.
Mr. Styles. Is this the father of Harry Styles?
I'm old enough to be, but no.
Well, the only reason I know that name is I have 2 teenage daughters. All right.
Yep. Understood. I raised a couple myself back in the boys to men days. If you really want to see what the bands do, you need to go to a band competition. How many band competitions have you been to, Miss Abraham? Oh,
what?
That was big. I'm the band guy.
That's the band guy. That's the Buckhorn band guy that Tom Abraham irked a little bit. Mr. Styles.
Yes.
What he got to was the band mamas. When the band mamas got mad, then
Mr. Styles was okay. He was chill. The band mamas you got to watch out for.
Well, you know what? I've not seen a picture of the Tom Abraham Show logo on the trailer.
I don't know. I was out there yesterday helping him out. I didn't think to ask him about it, to be honest. I'll text Mr. Souter and see what's going on with that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Get on the pick, man, so somebody else can get on here.
You got it. Tennessee at Alabama.
It's hard. I don't do very well on these because I stick with my emotions, but I got to go with Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Ole Miss at Auburn.
Ole Miss.
Everything happens for a reason.
Total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide.
Oh, man, 50 yards. Man, I'm going to say 105.
He's Nick freaking Saban. This is Alabama.
All right. Appreciate the time today, sir. Appreciate you calling in.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Roll Tide.
Go Dogs.
Roll Tide.
Richard is up next. How are you, Richard? Richard.
Hello.
Hey, Richard. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Steve?
Doing well. Appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, I just want to get in on pick 2.
You got it. Third Saturday in October. Who you got?
I got Bama.
Roll Tide.
Ole Miss at Auburn.
I guess I'm going to have to go with Ole Miss.
Everything happens for a reason.
Total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide is your tiebreaker.
Is 85 taken?
It is now because it's yours.
Roll Tide, brother.
Yeah, Roll Tide.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Georgia will not lose this weekend. Of course, I can say the same thing about Florida. Pizza Larry, is it a busy night? I hope you're not on 565 because it was a parking lot earlier this afternoon.
I am not. And I'm glad I'm not trying to get to Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah, with those directions? Well, especially of me trying to send them to Monroe.
Well, if Wes is on
South 67 South through Liberty. He's in the boonies. He's out there somewhere.
I'm just impressed that we were able to get cell service.
Yeah. So, what is Connor coaching at Lafayette?
Head strength coach. He is the head strength coach for the Raging Cajuns.
Well, that's good. I'm glad he's got that, because I thought he was an exceptional ball player that just got out of college maybe 5 years too late.
I think Connor would have dapped to play college football on any era, in my opinion. I think he's that adaptable.
I think he'd have played pro ball. It's just by the time he graduated.
Well, he got hurt. I think he never had his true shot because I think a broken forearm, I think it was.
I think you're right. But that just his position went away. You know?
Yeah, well, yeah. But you've seen guys like Kari Blasingame adapt, and he's still playing in the league.
True.
So.
Yeah, that's true. But it's not like, I guess, maybe 10, 15 years ago there was a fullback on every team.
Yeah.
All right, let me get on pick 2.
You got it. Tennessee or Alabama?
Give me Bama.
Roll Tide.
Ole Miss at Auburn.
These things happen down there. Give me Auburn.
War Eagle.
That'd be Drudy Armand saying War Eagle. Penalty yards, total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the miracle and go with 31. Roll Tide.
You got it, Pizza Larry. Stay safe out there, partner.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
256-576-4977. Let's squeeze in Jim before our final break this first hour. How are you, Jim?
Fine, thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Absolutely. You want to hop on pick 2?
Yeah, right quick. I'm just going to ask you.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll ask you after I do the pick 2.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Alabama.
You got it.
Ole Miss and 35.
You got it. And what now? What was your tiebreaker?
What was the tiebreaker?
What was the number you went with?
I'm sorry, 35.
Okay, 35 is yours. What's on your mind, sir?
And I want to ask you how much of a percentage of I don't know if I'm asking this correctly or not, but what Brock Bowers means to Georgia, what percentage of the offense, the loss of that, was it like 20 or 30, 35%?
I'd say all of that. Well, especially if you factor in what he did in that main drive in the fourth quarter down on the Plains. It felt like they were throwing it to 19 on every single snap. So the good news is Kendall Moulton seems to be fully recovered, and he was running pretty well against Vanderbilt, but that's Vanderbilt. But Oscar Delp, I thought, looked halfway decent, and Ra Thomas, the transfer from Mississippi State, looks like he's starting to get it as well. But I think 30%, I'd go maybe like 40, in my opinion, of just using them as a decoy when you're not necessarily throwing it to them.
Yeah, that's extremely high. Anyway, thank you so much. I know you got to go, and have a nice weekend.
Appreciate it, Jim. Chris, Daryl, and Mike will get right to you on the other side of our final timeout here in this first hour. It's a Pick 2 Friday. Chad Guathney, Steve Moulton here with you.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Forgiveness. Wow, what a word. What a gift. All of us have done things in our lives that we regret. All of us have done things that are disobedient. All of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Thank God for his forgiveness. Thank God that he separates our sins as far as the east is from the west and remembers them no more. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison. Check us out at cpcfamily.org.
Cheeseburger Bobby's has a great new way to feed the family with two $30 family packs. The first is the Tenders Family Meal, 20 delicious chicken tenders, fries, and a gallon of tea. The second is 4 cheeseburgers, fries, and a gallon of tea. Your choice, just $30 each. These specials are good for carryout and online orders only. Log on to cheeseburgerbobbies.com to order. And don't forget frozen custard for dessert. Cheeseburger Bobbies, 2785 Carl T. Jones Drive, Huntsville, and at cheeseburgerbobbies.com.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. If you've been injured and need a lawyer right now, and pick up the phone to call, one you've seen on a billboard or on TV begging for your business, do you know who you really get?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. You want to talk to your lawyer. You don't want to reach a call center, not in some office 100 miles away. With the Lackey Law Firm, that never happens. My clients talk to me.
And me. I'm attorney Justin Lackey. We're the ones that you talk to. We're the ones that you meet with.
And we're the ones who handle your personal injury case. You want to talk to me? You just call me.
And we'll take care of it. You worry about getting well. We'll take care of the rest.
The Lackey Law Firm.
And I'll go you one better. If you can't come to us, we'll come to you.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hey folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford. It's hunting and tailgate season and time to get serious about an F-150. We've got nearly 140 to choose from, and without a doubt, one of the best F-150 values on the road today is our STX package. You get 290 hard-working horses mated to a 10-speed transmission that'll take you everywhere, from that tree stand to downtown Tuscaloosa. Body-colored bumpers, halogen headlamps, 20-inch machined aluminum wheels, and lots of tech, like a rear-view camera with dynamic hitch assist, which you boaters and RVers will love. A 2023 Woody Anderson Ford F-150 STX packs a punch, but it doesn't cost you a bunch. You can drive one for $474 a month. That's a 36-month lease with $51.66 due at signing, 0 security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. Offer ends October 31st. Call 539-9441 for complete details. Come test drive an F-150 STX today. Woody Anderson Ford, hope to see you soon.
Asha Karan Foundation's Ray of Hope presents a free community event on Friday, October 20th from 5 till 7 in Big Spring Park, right behind the Huntsville Museum of Art. This free community event seeks to bring light to our community's cultural diversity through dance from countries such as India, the Philippines, Tahiti, Japan, Congo, and others. This event wouldn't be possible without the help of our sponsors: Merrill Lynch Jackson Wealth Management, Huntsville Hospital, Redstone Federal Credit Union, Mercedes-Benz Huntsville, Morgan Stanley Polls, Mantooth and Keene, Torch Technologies, United Community Bank, and Keel Point Landers and Finley. Find more information on this free event at akhsvfoundation.org. That's akhsvfoundation.org.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Not looking or feeling your best? No energy for the things you like to do? Ready to look and feel younger? Make your appointment at Advanced Life Clinic, one of the region's foremost destinations for patients interested in looking and feeling their best. Specializing in advanced laser treatments and weight loss, male and female rejuvenation to offset the effects of aging, and more. See how Advanced Life Clinic can help you enjoy your life again. Call 256-882-6555 or log on advancedlifeclinic.com.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Just to touch on the chilly end of the spectrum as we head into the overnight, it's still not going to be that bad across the Tennessee Valley. We're dropping into the upper 40s. Some of us may only fall into the lower 50s. A mostly sunny sky for your Saturday. Really is going to be a fantastic weekend across the Tennessee Valley. Highs on Saturday climbing into the upper 70s. Some of us are actually looking at the lower 80s. Again, it's going to be quite fantastic. We drop into the low 50s through the overnight, early into Sunday morning. Maybe a little bit of cloud cover through Sunday afternoon. Still going to be a great day. Highs climbing into the low and mid 70s, dropping into the upper 40s through the overnight, early Monday morning. Plenty of sunshine Monday afternoon, temperatures hanging out in the mid 70s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hi, this is Eli Gold, voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Join us every week for Alabama football right here.
Listen to Alabama football all season long on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
That's Pick 2 Friday for you. Found some new sound for Lane Kiffin. I knew I was going to find something. It is a Pick 2 Friday. Let's talk to Mike on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Appreciate you holding, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Steve. How are you?
Doing well.
Well, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go Tennessee.
All right. Going to go Vols.
We've had guys open. We haven't hit them.
Thank you. Thank you for not playing that other thing. Ole Miss at Auburn.
I'm going to go with the Tigers. Ole Miss, right? Auburn.
War Eagle.
So wait a second. You're going Auburn.
Correct.
War Eagle.
And then total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide in a losing effort.
81.
It is yours, Mike.
Freaking Saban.
Thank you, Mike. Chris is next. How are you, Chris?
Hey, Steve. How's it going, man?
Good, good. How you doing?
Doing good, sir. Hey, quick question before I get to Pick 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of random, but I used to listen to you guys a lot on my Alexa app when I'd say, hey, play 97.7 The Zone. But for the last 2 months, it has said that's not available. Is there something I'm doing wrong, or?
Are you getting us through the app, or are you trying it through TuneIn? Where are you getting it from?
It's from my Alexa gadget. Look, I'm an old guy, so I'm not very hectic.
Well, I do know the link that we had with TuneIn was a wrong one, and I've corrected that. So try it again to let me know. But
yeah, every time I ask Alexa, she said, "Oh, that's not available." But anyway,
okay,
it's all good. But
give it a go, and just let me know.
It has a better sound than on the phone, but I know I got the app and everything. So, all right. Anyway, all right. Pick
well, I
2,
appreciate that, Chris.
Oh, no problem. Hey, give me my beloved Crimson Tide.
All right.
Let me hear Nick say Roll Tide.
And then we're right up against a hard break, so we've got music rolling. Ole Miss at Auburn.
Roll Tide. And I think they're going to be pretty disciplined tomorrow. Give them, I'm going to say 45 yards and penalty. 45 yards and penalty.
You had Ole Miss or Auburn?
Ole Miss.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
For a reason.
You're good.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
All right. Thanks, guys. Sure.
We'll have a Sports Center update for you right here, and then Daryl and Nick and Riley get in line right now because final call for phone calls. This is your final call for phone calls here on the other side. My conversation with Brad Nessler comes up next hour as well.
Roll Tide.
The best place to get 50s diner-style homemade delectables
is Bubby's Diner. Located at 8412 Whitesburg Drive Southeast, try their all-new expanded breakfast menu with homemade waffles, omelets, and shrimp and grits. With 3 generations of experience, Chris Bubby Belcher has the best burgers in town. Don't forget to leave without a homemade pie or a hand-spun milkshake. Give Bubby's a call today at 256-513-8080. Bubby's Diner, home of the donut burger.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
So, first of all, that's illegal. And so when coaches throughout the Big Ten heard that this was the allegation, there were some comparisons to 2007 Patriots and Spygate.
Heather Dinich on Get Up. College football tomorrow. Marquee games include number 4 Florida State hosting 16th ranked Duke. That one at 7:30 Eastern on ABC.
Can't ask for more from a sports weekend than we are getting. LCS action, great college slate, and, of course, an NFL Sunday. We'll be the place to talk it all over on Monday morning. Greeny, starting 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Final hour of the week is upon us. Final call for phone calls is also upon us as well. We are an hour away from kickoff. Over the airwaves, you will hear Buckhorn at Fort Payne. Over on Zone 2, you'll hear myself and Glenn Laird as we get ready for senior night. Brindley Mountain in town tonight, taking on the Mustangs Madison Academy. Zone 3 will feature the Randolph Raiders. Zone 4 will feature the Sparkman Senators. Zone 5, yes, we have 5 different games going on tonight. Still, my favorite part of Spaceballs was the code to unlock 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different channels going on tonight for you. And our 5th game will be over at Joe Davis Stadium as Lee takes on the Titans of Gadsden City. Let's talk to Daryl. How are you, Daryl?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's Friday before the 3rd Saturday in October. Can't get better than that.
And it feels great out here, too.
Absolutely.
You want to hop on pick 2?
I do.
All right. Vols at Bama.
Bama by 4.
Roll Tide.
Ole Miss at Auburn.
Ole Miss by 40.
Everything happens for a reason.
By 40. Yikes.
Easily after watching Auburn the other day.
Okay, at least tell me this, Daryl. Ole Miss's roster is not nearly as talented as LSU's roster. And I know Ole Miss beat LSU.
I just can't see Auburn. Auburn can't move the ball. Their offense is so bad. I think Lane's going to run them out of the stadium.
We shall see. Penalty yards, total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide.
92.
This is Alabama.
Thank you very much, Daryl. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Nick. How are you, Nick?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I just have to jump on the pick 2.
You got it. Vols or Bama?
Bama.
Roll Tide.
Ole Miss or Auburn?
Ole Miss.
Everything happens for a reason.
Total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide.
67.
He's Nick freaking Saban.
It is yours. Thank you, Nick.
All right. Have a good night.
Riley, likewise. Riley, the floor is yours, sir.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Steve? I'm calling in from Montgomery, Alabama to do the pick 2.
Outstanding. Woo! Nothing wrong with hearing an update from the capital city.
Yes, sir. It's still the same down here, I promise.
Fair enough.
All right.
Vols at Bama. Who you got, Riley?
I'm going to take the Tide.
Roll Tide.
Ole Miss at Auburn, excuse me.
Steve, as much as it pains me, I'm going to have to take Auburn. I think Hugh's going to get them boys coached up to beat his old boss down there.
War Eagle.
Total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide is your tiebreaker.
Let me take 78 if it hasn't been taken yet.
Roll
Tide.
It is yours, Riley.
Yes, sir. Roll Tide, Steve.
Have a good weekend. I'll say go Dogs to
Tide.
that. Philip is next. How are you, Philip?
I'm doing pretty good, Steve. How's it going today?
Good. Got senior day in front of me for Madison Academy and undefeated still in the season. So seeing if they can't stay undefeated at 9-10.
What's Hartselle High School's football record so far?
I don't have that handy, but I have talked to
Joe. I know Joe would know for sure.
Oh, yeah. Did you say that over the air or just to me?
Oh, I said it just to you. They're 6-2 overall. They're 3-1, 6A Region 7.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to hop on pick 2 right quick.
Gotcha. Thank you, Chad, for that. And by the way, Chad, an integral part of the Woody Anderson Ford scoreboard show, powered by the Huntsville Sports Commission. That comes up later on tonight. Some guy named Scott Tyson will be in the chair, but Chad does a lot of work on that program as well.
Yeah, I'm doing a little homework. That's why I was looking at it.
Well, that's why I need to give you some props. Vols at Bama.
I got to take Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Ole Miss at Auburn.
Ole Miss.
Everything happens for a reason.
And total penalty yards for the Crimson Tide.
Has 50 been taken?
It has now. That is yours, Philip.
Guy's a dog.
Hey, Steve. Steve, how did you enjoy your trip out to Danville, Alabama, here a while back?
Well,
he had a great time in Danville, Alabama.
Oh, my gosh.
Trust me,
Yeah.
he had a great
Yes.
time in Danville, Alabama.
I sure did. The
Thanks to
Mennonite
me.
restaurant was fantastic. The people were fantastic as well, maybe with the exception of me screaming right on top of the boosters, because I did get called to the principal's office at halftime, but people, they were great. The folks out there are great.
That's where I went to high school at. I know we had a great coach back in the day when I was going to school at Danville, O.B. Owens. He was a fantastic coach back in the day when I was going to school there.
Well, if I lived closer to Danville, I'd weigh 900 pounds. I know that for a fact.
Well, all right, guys. Well, y'all have y'all a good weekend.
Thank you, Philip. Likewise.
Thanks.
Carrie, close us out. Let us hit the finish line with Carrie. How are you, Carrie?
All right, Steve, man. It's good to talk to you.
Likewise.
So, we're not beating the spread, are we?
No. We want winners here.
All right, well,
Other shows worry about point spreads. we want to win here on this show.
Right. I couldn't remember. I listened to all of y'all, so
I appreciate that. Yeah, and especially in this day and age where it's point spread. I get that, but in the end, isn't it about winning? Isn't it?
I tell you, I'd probably weigh 900 pounds if I lived near.
Love you, baby.
Too.
I'm telling you, man, you could have rolled me out of that. Although I would have bumped into like 400 cats, but nonetheless, it'd have been worth it.
There are a lot of cats at this place. There are an insanely amount of number of cats in this place.
Oh, so on Fridays they go seafood buffet starting at 4. And so when we came out, the seafood buffet, it was almost like the cats knew the schedule more than the people did.
Yeah. There's like 30 cats outside this place, but they're all nice.
Yeah.
They're all super nice.
Oh, yeah. No,
I get a lot
was
of
great.
scraps, I bet.
You know what? If
people probably
you don't have to tell me twice to go back there. They could have an adoption center right out in front if they wanted to.
Right. All right. So
Bama or Tennessee? What do you got, Kerry?
I'm going to take Bama, man. We're going to go down and hopefully pull them through. Roll Tide, brother.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
And Ole Miss at the Auburn Tigers.
Well, my wife, I really don't have no faith in old sis anyway, so we're going to go with Auburn.
War Eagle.
Total penalty yards for Alabama is your tiebreaker, Kerry.
68.
He's Nick freaking Saban.
68. 68 is yours, Kerry.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great weekend and roll tide.
Roll Tide.
Go Dogs. I had an opportunity to talk to not Gary Danielson, the guy that Gary's going to be the play-by-play man for CBS Sports, and that is Brad Nessler. That conversation comes up next, and then come up at the top of the hour. You will hear Buckhorn over the airwaves. I'll be on Zone 2 for Madison Academy. Zone 3 will feature Randolph. Zone 4 will feature Sparkman. Zone 5 will feature our game of the week, which is Lee taking on Gadsden City. So we have got you completely covered here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 5 different games for Week 8. And the playoff picture will become a lot clearer later on tonight in the Woody Anderson Ford Scoreboard Show, powered by the Huntsville Sports Commission. So let's go ahead and take a timeout. High school football coming up at the top of the hour. I'll talk to you soon.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
Kevin Harlan here from Westwood One, inviting you to join me and Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner every Monday this season. It's Westwood One's 45th year of bringing you primetime NFL games, and the schedule is packed with great matchups. Plus, you'll hear Rich Eisen from the studios with interviews and the latest news around the NFL. Don't miss any of the action every week on Monday Night Football.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
The Huntsville Sports Commission is driven by you, driven by those with grit, determination, and a goal to succeed. This is why we do what we do. The Huntsville Sports Commission promotes an enhanced quality of life in the Huntsville area through sports. We work hard to make sure those who come to Huntsville to compete have all they need to be the best they can be. The Huntsville Sports Commission. We do sports. Find out more at huntsvillesports.org.
Since 1986, Full Moon Barbecue has been cooking quality meats low and slow over a hickory wood-fired pit. From ribs and wings, brisket, turkey, catfish, and sausage to the best butts in town. If you're planning a holiday or a birthday party, Full Moon has a large banquet room. And Full Moon is ready for your next catering or tailgate. Just call us and we'll take care of everything. 256-713-0070. Full Moon Barbecue on the Parkway next to Costco. The best little pork house in Alabama.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, proudly saying Roll Tide and War Eagle. Stop into University Kia today and shop one of the area's largest selection of new Kias, including Fortes, Seltos, Telluride, and popular Carnival, and fully electric EV6. View all the great specials at universitykia.com and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia you really want, because we want to see you in a University Kia.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners of the Huntsville area, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at North Alabama Mortgage. Are you thinking about home improvements? Well, use your equity now and refi later. Or use your equity to eliminate consumer debt forever, then refi to a lower rate and shorter term when rates drop. North Alabama Mortgage can also help you if you're thinking about buying an investment property or a second home at the lake or the beach or in the mountains. We have great programs to make that happen. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
Great food and the best live entertainment is what it's all about at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Head to downtown Huntsville every Tuesday for karaoke on the only outdoor karaoke stage in North Alabama. Thursday night is the Valley's longest running and biggest bike night. Food and drink specials, giveaways, and live music on the patio. And the Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3. 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it, or I can use it for good.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right? You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Slips through one tackle, still on his feet, breaking tackle, 40, 45, 50. Johnson in a foot race to the 45, breaking another tackle, 30, to the 25, to the 20, still on his feet, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He's gone! Touchdown, Auburn! How about that? Rudy Johnson for 70 yards.
Back to throw Cockrell. Cockrell looking. Cockrell's going to throw a bomb downfield. Where will he go? This one will be touchdown! Big arm!
What I do today is very important because I'm exchanging a day of my life for it. I came up here more back hurting this morning. I'm saying that for a day of my life. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone. Forever.
A tratar de tomar la banda. Solamente queda el pateador. Y se lo está llevando. No ha pisado fuera. Se va a escapar hasta touchdown Alabama.
56-yarder. It's got, no, does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it in the back of the end zone. He'll run it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight.
Riddle makes the grab 5. Angles by 3, 2, 1. Touchdown! 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 With 26 seconds to go.
of him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him, Vic. But the man's in trouble. I'm going to show you how great I am. Straight back to back. Going deep. Going it down the far sideline. And it is caught for a touchdown. Devontae Smith wins the national championship. Down the left sideline and wide open behind the defense. One true freshman to another. A beautiful throw. A clutch catch. And Alabama is the national champion in overtime. 26-23 over Georgia. He's got time. Up the middle. Intercepted at the 32. At the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Auburn!
Never give in. Never, never, never. In nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy.
You know, it's kind of like my dad used to tell me, you know, when I used to go to work at the station, my girlfriend broke up with me, so I was treating the customers bad. And he said, "What's wrong with you today?" And I said, "My girlfriend broke up with me." He said, "Well, you know, you got one problem, but if you keep treating the customers bad, you're going to have two more. I'm going to fire you, and then I'm going to whip your ass for getting fired. So you're not going to have a girlfriend, you're not going to have a job, all right, and you're going to get your tail whipped."
I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not forget the price I paid for it.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke and she's taking a drag. Now they're going to bed and my stomach is sick and it's all in my head. But she's touching his chest. Now he takes off her dress. Now let me go. And I just can't look. It's killing me and taking control. Jealousy turning saints into the sea, swimming through sick lullabies, joking on your alibis. But it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Open up my eager eyes, 'cause I missed the bright side.
Back here with you on the drive. We have got a full night of football, as I just mentioned. High school football counting you down to kickoff with Buckhorn traveling to Fort Payne. Tom Abraham will have that play-by-play call. I've got the call over on Zone 2 as Madison Academy takes on Brindley Mountain. Zone 3 will feature the Randolph Raiders playing host to the New Hope Indians. Zone 4 is going to feature the Spartan Senators taking on the Huntsville Crimson Panthers. And our game of the week over at Joe Davis Stadium tonight is Lee taking on Gadsden City. Josh Carey will have the play-by-play call there on Zone 5. This is normally where I would tell you about our latest zone deal, but it evaporated in about 10 minutes this morning. Cheeseburger Bobby's. Appreciate the fine folks over at Cheeseburger Bobby's partnering with us again, located over in Jones Valley. Great burgers, obviously. Chicken fingers are fantastic, and they do have quite a few tasty treats to sweeten the end of your meal there at Cheeseburger Bobby's. Next Friday, well, actually, we have two deals next week. Next Thursday, Flow Trampoline Park will be front and center, and that'll be followed by Corlejos Mexican Grill next Friday. So that means next Thursday, the Tom Abraham Show will be live from Corlejos Mexican Grill before our latest zone deal launches for them next Friday. But Flow Supreme Air Supports